Hi everyone, this is Heather Falona, the Medium on a Mission, and I am doing a pick a pile reading today. So this is a timeless reading, and I just ask Spirit that whatever you may be going through, that you pick the pile that's most appropriate to you, and Spirit will give you guidance based off of that. So this is you using your intuition as well as me using my intuition in which to help guide you through the message from Spirit. So with that being said, it's time to pick a pile. So whichever one you're drawn to, that will be the messages for you. And again, this is timeless, so you can come back more and more times as situations change. And whenever you're finding this, then this message is for you. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so for those of you who picked pile 1, I'm going to go ahead and flip the cards and we'll see what Spirit has to say here for the messages for you. Okay, and any passed on loved ones, anyone that might be coming in, I will also give guided messages there as well. All right, so let me just see what Spirit, I'm going to tune in for a moment and see what else Spirit has to say. Okay, perfect. Okay, so as I'm tuning into your message here, just kind of intuitively, it's interesting because I do have a male energy that's coming forward. And we've got the King of Swords here as well. It feels like this, I actually get a father energy that's coming in right now. And I get someone who would have been very much a strong personality. But I also get that there would have been perhaps someone that you can go to for guidance, but also it's like there's that critical energy as well. So I get someone who would have wanted to help support you and bring through any messages of clarity to, you know, while he was here in this lifetime. And this doesn't have to be crossed over energy, but I am getting that. So if he was crossed over, it would apply there as well. But I do get a male energy that is providing guidance, and that would be strong in your life as it relates to that, or would have been strong in your life. And that's what I'm getting here with the swords. I mean, that the swords energy too, it's very much about kind of strength, but there's that piercing energy as well, right? Like you've got the weapon there. It could be used to do good, or it could be used to do bad. And sometimes it's a fine line. Sometimes you don't really know how deep the cut is until you have a moment to step back on that. So, and I do feel like it would have influenced in the throat area. So, right, the communication is really big as it relates to this as well. And so sometimes I feel like there's, well, let me just say this. I do feel like there would be some healing as it relates to the father energy around communication and words that have been said in the past. And this feels a little bit kind of unconscious as well. Like sometimes we think that we're kind of healed through the things, but then we'll have a vision or a dream or random thought that comes up. And I'm getting that really strong for you. So for those of you who pick pile 1, I do feel like there is some father energy where you can work through and kind of heal the past. And they don't have to be still they don't have to be here still in order to heal that. Even passed on loved ones, we can still heal, and they will help us with that as well. And then it's interesting, I'm struggling with the word heal in here. And hills is coming up. So we have another H. H might be a symbolic connection there as well. The letter H, it feels like that might be coming up. But this is obstacles to overcome. And so, yeah, this really kind of ties this all in from what I'm getting here. I do want to pull, I'm going to pull one more card just on a letter, because I do feel like there's also another letter that wants to come in as well, connected to this. So this could be your initial, their initial, or someone that would be connected there as well. So I'm getting the Y. So the Y is popping up as well. So this could be symbolic. It could be a friend. There could be a family name that's connected there. There could be something, or just yes to confirm this as well. So I do feel like that's really what's coming in strongly there. And I'm also getting the month of May, so there might be a connection to the month of May as well. So hopefully you got the guidance that you needed there, and this just really kind of helps you identify what pattern, what's going on in your life currently. That's going to be the focus to work through. So I hope that was helpful. All right, on to pile 2. Okay, so let's go and see what Spirit has to say for pile 2 if you chose pile 2. All right, we've got the 10 of Wands, we've got timing, and we've got target. Oh, that's interesting. That's symbolic there. We've got T, T, T. So I'll just put that out there. Timing, target, and 10. Little synchronicities like that sometimes come up, and so I want to acknowledge that. But the 10 of Wands is really, there's a movement energy. You can see she's moving forward. She's got all these things that she's carrying with her. But I do feel like I have to tell you that there's some baggage, right? So there's some things that we have to work through. And I know sometimes it's hard because we're like, gosh, I feel like I already learned that lesson. I feel like I already, climbed the mountain, and now you're coming back down. But sometimes we go on a journey, and the journey, it's not linear, right? It's topsy-turvy. It's kind of all over the place. And Spirit's telling you that you look to see what you can do to pack lighter, right? Like, what are you holding within that you need to let go of? Because she doesn't need to carry all that stuff with her on her journey necessarily. There's some things, yes, absolutely, and other things not. But it's really about moving forward, and the pathway, it's clear. You have clear sight from the past that the pathway was lit. And you knew what you had already gone through, but you still have this sort of unknown journey that's coming forward for you. And so it's really about moving into that next phase and that next action, but it is about taking action and movement. So there is work that needs to be done here, and it's about timing. So we can't kind of fast track. You see she's walking here, and she has a lot she's carrying with her, so she has to be patient with herself. She can't run. She has to just move forward. Maybe along the way she learns some lessons and she drops some things that no longer serve her. But in the end, she has to keep moving forward. And it's about timing, right? So it takes a while to get to the destination. And it's a journey to the destination in this particular case. But it's really just a journey. And it's really not about where you're going. It's about where you want to go and what you learn along the way. In the next card here, having target, so goal-oriented person. So yeah, you're someone who, it's interesting. So I totally get that because I can relate. Where we're just very goal-oriented. We just want it done now. We want it done now. Like, we don't want to have to wait. But Spirit is saying, be mindful of timing, right? The gestational period. We have to go through that in order to get to where we need to get to, because then we miss the journey in between. So for you, it might be a little difficult because you just want it now. But Spirit's saying just be patient and hold on, that it will be coming for you. And I am going to pull for you a month of the year card and a number as well, just because I feel like I'm drawn that this feels very much around the element of time and that patience around that. So let me see what Spirit has to say here. Okay, so September. Interesting. So we are in the month of September. So if this is something that you're newly coming into, or that maybe you newly learned this lesson, and Spirit is just confirming for you that you've hit the target on this, and that you've done the work, you've waited, and honoring you for that. Some of you might be at the beginning of the journey. This is general for most people. So some of it may be you might have already got up to the top of the mountain, and some of you might be at the bottom and trying to get back up. So every one of you is going to be a little bit different, but Spirit does want to bring in that comfort and knowing that you are on the right path, whether or not where you're at within the path. We're all just working through that. So I'll just pull one more number card here as well, just because I feel drawn to doing that. And I am getting the number 2 as I'm saying that too. So let's see here. Okay, so the 5 is coming up too. So there might be a 5 connection here, the 5th of the month. May, I don't remember. I think May came up on the card number 1 too. So you might want to go check that out, or pile 1. But the 5th is coming up as well there. So hopefully that was helpful and you got some of the guidance that you needed. Thank you. All right, let's go on to pile number 3. So for those of you who chose pile number 3 regarding just current circumstances in life and what you might be going through and what Spirit wants to guide you on here. Oh, wow. We have a lot of sacral energy coming in through here. Oh, my goodness. Wow. This one's pretty strong. There's a lot. So we have the Lover's card. So card 6 there, and then we have release. I mean, gosh, this is crazy. I mean, you can see the fire energy behind the Lovers, and then this releasing energy, as well as the Dragon card. Beware of self-disillusion. So some of you, there's a couple different things I'm getting here. So some of you, there's a lot of there's some dynamics in the relationship, I'll call it, that it feels like it needs to be released. So there's this passion. Some of you, this might even be some twin flame energy that's going on. But there's something that's a part of this relationship that is no longer serving. So whether it could be the communication between the two of you, the dynamics, maybe it's just a relationship that just no longer serves, or an aspect of the relationship no longer, this sort of self-destruction. Here we have self-illusion. And the dragon, wow, just realized that too. The dragon breathes the fire. He literally has fire coming out of the mouth. I mean, this is unbelievable. So this is all about sacral energy. Don't even need to pull a chakra card to know what's happening here. So it does feel like there is some healing around the sacral chakra that you will need to work on as well. It feels like so the sacral is all about that relationships. You might have some relationship dynamics that you're working on, but it's really just about healing those things. And as I'm saying that, I do feel a mother energy connected to this as well. So there might be some trauma with the mother, or some feelings of worthiness attached to the mother as well there. And so that's coming up too. And there might be like an M name that's connected as well to this. But it definitely is all about releasing these things. So some of you, again, are at the beginning of this. Some of you this might be awakening you to realize that, yes, this is enough confirmation. I mean, 3 times you get it within the same. These ones go so well together. It's amazing, the messages here. But it does feel like there's passion attached to this, right? That's all about that sacral energy. And I'm going to pull one more card just because I feel like Spirit's drawing me to do that as well. So I'm just going to see what other messages Spirit has to say as it relates here. It does feel like this one's a really strong reading. There's a lot of intensity, and I have to tell you, this one feels like it's not rested. Like there's more that needs to come and be birthed out of this message, more that needs to be released. So, but there'll be some homework that you have as it relates. Oh yeah, there we go. Shadows. Okay. So this is all about the shadow work within us, right? That self-disillusion feeling of the shadow. What are the beliefs that you're telling yourself associated to this relationship? Now the thing is a lot of times when we're in a relationship, we look at the other person and say, well, this is something that they have, a trait that they have, what's going on with them. But I feel like for you, it's the mirror for you, right? The shadow is all about the mirror. It's what we need to heal is being mirrored back to us. So, and not to say that, there is some circumstances where there might be abuse or something of that nature, and that's never okay. But when it comes down to the communication and the dynamics within the relationship, you're being put in that situation in which to heal your own self as well. So I'm gonna pull one more card just because I'm really let me see, Spirit, the guidance regarding pile 3 and what else they need to know around this. Okay, yeah, no. Wow, look at the intensity of that. Wow, all of this energy. So if you were just asking a question or there's something on your mind heavy as it relates to this, there's definitely something that's no longer serving you in this relationship. And it really feels like it's a time for you to let go of outdated belief systems, maybe purge this aspect of yourself, but there's something that wants to be birthed. It could be a relationship in and of itself that's no longer serving, and Spirit's saying, no, it's time to move on. It's time to let go, release all of this energy so that you can have and face those shadows and work through what you need to work through. So I do hope that was helpful, and thank you, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Namaste.